Welcome back, baseball fans, to the fall 76, 7, 8, 9 Carryover League, and today it's time to eliminate the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs got caught in the wood chipper known as the Cincinnati Reds, Pittsburgh Pirates, and to a lesser extent the St. Louis Cardinals of the late 70s. And yeah, they were the team that the other three teams beat up on, and that got them an early exit. So it's time to take 8 of their players away and see what they're going to do with those 876 cards that we pull out. And yeah, there's not, you know. So these 8 guys are gone, and these 12 guys will be the Cubs of next year. And interestingly, wow, this could be unprecedented. They are only bringing 5 hitters back. I mean, the big bad Cubs are only bringing 5 hitters back, and my goodness, they're almost bringing they're completely bringing back either a rotation or a bullpen. Let's see which it is. Well, it's the bullpen, for better or for worse. It's coming back. Yay. Well, the back end's fantastic. Because you got Suter, of course. And Hernandez is great as well. The whole Cub bullpen comes back next year. And they need just one pitcher, one starting pitcher. And he needs to be right-handed. So it's almost like an afterthought. They just need one right-handed pitcher. And you even have the flexibility to put Paul Russell into the rotation and make it a reliever. You can't get it any easier than this. One right-handed pitcher to pitch as a starter or reliever. So it's almost like an afterthought. The 20th player to be chosen. You just toss. Unless there's a phenomenal ace you can plug into the number 1 spot of the rotation. That might improve this team. But the hitters that are coming back, oh boy, this is shaky for the Cubs, who are normally a big hitting team, weak pitching team. Jim Spencer, monster card versus righties, of course. And then you just have Mullenix and Pappy, platoon, and Joshua is a pretty lousy center fielder with 550 plate appearances, only a 261 batting average. Jerry Morales, one of his better cards, hit 290 with it. So, who'd they lose? Must have lost a lot. And the answer is, well, yeah, lost, or they need to determine much of what's going to happen. So the pitcher, by the way, was Ray Burris, who, if we were trying to improve the Cubs, it's basically improve upon that. That's not that easy to improve upon, but you can find improvement in the pitching. Again, you're in the same division with the Reds, Pirates, and Cardinals. It might just be a question of out-clobbering them. And so, you know, you're going to have Bill Plummer, no big loss there. Kingman, you're going to get 30 homers and a bad OPS because of his batting average. Madlack's going to be declining. You know, Gar is going to start to decline, as is Cardinal, as is Fosse. Trio will have some more good years. Boy, I don't know what to say, Cubs. I mean, this is 76, 7, 8, 9. You're just going to have to take it on the chin and let the Reds and Pirates get it out of their system. They're going to take it out on you guys. Not a whole lot we can do. But let's see, with those 8 players we mentioned, what the Cubs are going to do with that. Okay, so here are the Cubs thinking about what to do next with this offense. I would suggest that trades are probably strongly encouraged for this team. They don't have much to lose by not making them. Let's start with we're going to start with Jose Cardinal here and see what we can do with this guy. Had a long career starting in 1963. And here we are, and oh boy, yeah. He falls off a little bit. 740 OPS. 79, I don't know if they made this card or not in 79. with only 100 plate appearances. But otherwise, you may as well. Yeah, you know, 1980. This is interesting. 1980, Strat-O-Matic made this Kansas City card, where it's 340 and demolishes left-handers. Interesting. Again, he just demolishes lefties, but how valuable would that, you know? Anyway, I would say for the moment, let's just, they have a 77 card. Let's just put him on waivers for now. $100 for Jose Cardinal. He's going on waivers. Okay, next up, Ray Fosse. This will not be pretty, I don't think, either. Started his career in '67. Of course, you know about the injuries. They have a 77 card for Fosse. It's not too bad. He hits 276 and 70. That's not bad. You can grind out one more year out of him. I don't know if it's worth this team doing it, though. For now, let's just put him on waivers. So we're putting two guys on waivers. It's good to start in the middle. You can always bump to the left or bump to the right, realizing that, well, let's keep the guy or no, let him retire. So right now, we're waiving those two guys. Ralph Garr. I think he's got one more good year left. He goes to the White Sox here. Had some really good batting titles for the Braves several years in 353, 325. Here we are, and next year he hits 300 and 275. I know it's with the White Sox, the crosstown team, but for now, let's just keep Ralph Garr. We'll answer trade overtures, but you have to have assets to do that, and Garr will be an asset. He's on the trade block, but for right now, they're keeping him. Next up, Dave Kingman. Actually, this is a bright spot, because I just remembered that he hits 48 home runs in 1979 for the Cubs. There they are. So that's the card you get into the league next year, folks. A 288 homer, 288, 48 home runs, 956 OPS. He got some MVP votes. Dave Kingman. Dave Kingman and Jim Spencer will be a dangerous middle of the lineup tandem there. Matlock, it's time to move. Time to, again, you got to make a deal here. You got to get him from the Cubs. Matlock came up, I believe, through the Giants, I want to say. No, Texas and the Cubs. And then he moves to the Giants in '77 before moving to the Pirates. So, again, he's an asset. A 339 hitter. The Cubs weren't going to get that kind of performance again. He's still a great hitter for a nice chunk of time here. He's a heavily... Maybe you get into a bidding war between the Giants and the Pirates. He'd win a World Series ring for the '79 Pirates. Before he gets to Pittsburgh, he spent some time in San Francisco. So Matlock, I'm going to put 10,000. I'm going to write the word trade here as a reminder that it's time to get some assets for Matlock in a trade. Oh, and now as we get near the last three, Plummer. And actually, it's even surprising that this Plummer card got into the league, because frankly, it's a 248 year. It was his best year. It's time to retire Bill Plummer. Fortunately, he got to play in the Carrier League. He doesn't normally get to play in it, but he had one good year, and that's the year you saw in the last Reds-Cubs game, Plummer. All right, Manny Trio. He's an asset. He's good. Now, they might want to hold on to him, or he gets a World Series ring for the Phillies. Phillies aren't in their division anymore, so they're not concerned with sending him to Philadelphia. See, there you go. And really, at 29 years old, then he starts going to All-Star games for the Phillies. He's got an All-Star appearance for the Cubs in '77. Again, assets. He's an asset. So, 10,000. Going to write the word trade here. And at 4-2-1, as we get to the last player, it's actually looking good for the Cubs. Better than I thought. Ray Burris. Ray Burris, he'll have a good year in the early '80s for some team, but I think he might struggle for a little bit before then. Yes, he struggles for quite a bit of time here. Comes back and has a good year in 81, another good year in 84. But he struggles in this era for 4 years. He struggles in 77, 78, 79, and 80. He's okay. I say let the guy retire. If somebody wants to kick the tires on Ray Burris, they're more than welcome to. And again, that doesn't mean the dude's career is over. It just means that he's on the retired list, and it's up to some team to take him off the retired list and say, why don't you come out of retirement? We need you. So when you do it this way, the Cubs could just sit right here. They could sit right here and not make deals, or they can improve their lot by moving Madlock and Trio to teams that want these guys. The Phillies want to win a World Series with Trio at second base and a Gold Glove. Pirates want to win a World Series with Madlock at third base. Giants want to have Madlock. Kingman and Gar. Even Gar could be moved since he wasn't a Cub, he was a White Sox. So, it's interesting that at least the Cubs have options for trades. And heck, they can keep Madlock and Trio and screw the... They can screw to the divisional rival Pirates by holding on to Madlock for this period. So that's it from the National League North. Goodbye to the Cubs. We'll see you again next time.